Did you know the 400 richest families in the United States pay a lower overall tax rate than the middle class? In fact, this is the first time that's been the case in 100 years. So, does it make you angry? Well, don't get mad. Get even. Because you know what? You can do it too. The IRS has laid out all the rules right there in the tax code telling you exactly how to do it. It's just a matter of having access to professionals with expertise that can show you how to crack that code. And that is what I'm going to do today. I will be revealing just one of the secret ways that wealthy people minimize their taxes. This technique is called the buy, borrow, and die technique. So step one is buy, which means you put your money in an asset that can go up over time. For example, maybe it's investments or real estate. It could be a permanent life insurance policy that builds cash value that goes up over time. Ideally, it's an asset that doesn't generate a bunch of taxes each year and is tax efficient. So in investments, maybe it's one that pays a dividend. Dividends are taxed at a lower rate than income, or it pays interest that's tax exempt, meaning no taxes due on the interest. Real estate might even give you tax savings along the way through depreciation, or cash value in a life insurance policy grows tax deferred. So you, again, no tax along the way. So that's step one, buy an asset that can go up over time. Step two, borrow against it. Now, what most people do if they need money, they sell their asset to get some of their money. Well, the downside to that is if this asset has gone up over time, you're going to pay tax on that growth, on that gain. The other disadvantage is the money's no longer in the asset growing, right? It's in your pocket or you spent it on an experience or something. So instead, if you borrow against it, your money is still in that asset. So number one, you didn't sell it, so no taxes due. Two, it's still there with the ability to grow. And three, the loan you got from a financial institution is tax-free money in your pocket. In fact, some of the best money, it's not your money, it's other people's money, right? So what are these called? How do you actually do that? Well, if the asset you have is an investment, it's called a securities-backed line of credit. Think of all the super wealthy CEOs out there who have a ton of their wealth tied up in company stock. They can't just go out and sell that stock on a whim. There's actually a bunch of rules and restrictions against that. So this is one of the techniques they do. They leave the money in the company stock to grow. They just borrow against it, and they use those loans to support the lifestyle they want to live. If your asset is real estate, it'd be getting a mortgage, right? Or a line of credit against that real estate. If the asset is a life insurance policy with cash value, the cool part here, all the loans are contractually guaranteed. Some of the other versions, you got to qualify for it. You don't know what the interest rate would be. Well, with the life insurance, the insurance company loans you the money and they've already contractually guaranteed it. How much you can get, when you can get it, what rate you'll pay. Pretty cool, right? Now, the third step in this process is to die. And I know it sounds like a bummer, but guess what? We're all going to die someday. So, hey, now what's cool about this part of it is this is where the tax avoidance really comes into play, because your family, when they receive these assets after you've passed away, there's no tax due, primarily because they get a step up in cost basis. So if that asset was an investment or real estate, here's how it works, because some people don't understand cost basis. Let's go over it. Let's say I put $100,000 into something. That's my money. That's my cost basis. And let's say it grew to $1 million. Okay, well, if I sold it, I had 900,000 in growth, right? I put in 100,000, it's worth $1 million. I sell it, 900,000, I have to pay a capital gain tax on, right? Well, what if instead of living and selling it, I died with it? Well, now my family gets a step up in cost basis, meaning when they inherit it, their cost basis isn't my 100,000. It's actually the million, the amount it was worth the day I died. So if they sell it right away, their basis is $1 million. They sell it for $1 million, zero gain, and therefore zero tax. Now, what about the life insurance? This is probably the best asset to die with, quite frankly, because it's life insurance, and death benefits on life insurance are tax-free. In fact, it's one of the largest exemptions in the tax code. There's no statutory limit on how much death benefit you can have that makes it stay tax-free. It's essentially unlimited. And the death benefit is always going to be more than your cash value account. So really, the amount you could have used while living, the cash value, is less than the amount you're going to pass to your heirs. So again, transferring other people's money instead of your money, right? So there you go, the buy, borrow, and die strategy. Just one of the many techniques wealthy people use to minimize their taxes. Good luck. See you on the next video.